know she's running late. She texted me, but she's almost here. It's traffic, you know. And Kimberly's also coming, so I'm not sure where they are, but...
how long, when did you get back to Hawaii?
I? Like 3 weeks ago. Should be here.
And what about Kimberly? What time is she coming?
She's on her way too, so I know they're running a little bit late, but
But you know, I thought she was going to stay in Florida. Why is she back here?
I'm not sure. So good to see you again. Oh my God. You know, we really missed you when you were gone.
I missed you guys too. Oh my goodness.
The last I heard, you were married.
Yeah.
Got married.
I got married this past January, and then we got married in Orlando, and then I came back to Hawaii to pick up Johnny, my son, and then in mid-February we packed our things and moved to Miami, where he was, and then it was just, I wasn't happy from day one that I was there. Being a full-time employee to a full-time stay-at-home mom was a huge adjustment for me, and my husband was just not there for me emotionally. And like a month after, in March, he started acting really shady, you know, like text messaging, like, you know, when I'm not there or when I'm not looking, he'll be like on his phone. I confronted him about it, and of course he denied, you know, talking to anybody else, but he brought home a towel that smelled like a girl. It smelled like coconut oil, and I was just like, okay, so what is this? And it had a strand of yellow hair, you know. And he's like, you know, I work out at the gym, you know, how many people are at the gym, I don't know, somebody must have, you know, sat on my towel or something. I'm just like, okay, whatever, you know. And then I confronted him about, you know, just being shady again, and he finally admitted to me that he was talking to a coworker. Here I am, I moved everything for him. I gave up my whole life to be there for him, and
I mean, even in your sponsor page in the pageant booklet, Love Forevermore.
That's what I thought he was.
And
like,
everybody saw your
life.
uploads on social media.
I mean, you even said it on the, you know, oh, I'm sorry,
It's horrible. God.
sorry,
My main focus in the past has been to provide a family for Johnny, because that's something I never had. And I've been so focused on that I haven't been the greatest mother to him. We both don't want a relationship anymore.
Are you technically still married?
Technically, we're still married, because we didn't go through the notion of the divorce yet.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to legally separate, or are you still talking about it?
We're gonna divorce. Yeah. 2 weeks ago, I found out that I'm pregnant.
What?
Yeah, with his child. You know, I thought about abortion and whatnot, you know, but that's just something I can't do. I think every life deserves a chance to live, and I'm not gonna rob that baby of that chance to live just because of my foolish actions and his foolish actions.
Does he know?
He knows.
And what is
But he's going to support the baby.
He's gonna support the baby, and I have no doubt that he's gonna be an excellent father. You know, like we've talked about arrangements. Like after I finish breastfeeding, depending on where I am in life, he can take the baby for like half a year or whatever, whenever he wants to.
That's good. You have a relationship with him. You're able to.
Yeah, he is a good guy.
I feel Kimberly wants him.
Oh God, congratulations. That's a blessing. It's beautiful. You have a little soul growing inside of you.
I really do. I'm so happy.
Miss Vamp Hawaii, the reality show, is sponsored by the new Otani Kaimana Beach Hotel, protected by Diamond Head and nestled next to Kapiolani Park. Chroma-Co, Hawaii's fine art printer, located at 866 Ivalea Road. MaliaInHawaii.com, belly dancer in paradise. Blank Canvas, located at 1145 Bethel Street. AlohaGraphic.com, conveniently located at 64 South Hotel Street. Closed captioning provided by DJ Nocturna and Lana.com. On this day, DJ Nocturna and I were so thrilled to reunite with our current Miss Vamp Hawaii 2012, Miss Congeniality, and the lovely Kimberly, our first Miss Vamp Hawaii Miss Photogenic of 2010. There was so much love and passion and laughter shared on this lovely afternoon, and we had a little time to catch up with each other and talk about the future of Miss Vamp Hawaii 2013. Now let's listen in.
You guys,
We miss you.
I wish I was more of a part of it.
But we see Star Child on Facebook
Oh,
all
good.
the time. And I see your yummy foods, your selections.
People say stop.
Yeah.
Stop posting.
No, but you have. Main
No, I
thing
have
with
to
you
post
is you have positive energy on the news feed. Thank God for that.
Always loving
I think it's
stuff.
so important. I think that's why it drew me to the Miss Vamp pageant,
Yeah.
because it was so positive, and I was so honored to be part of the first ever.
2010.
2010.
Miss Photogenic.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that, you know, her picture was amazing. Joe took it.
Oh yeah.
It was like,
Oh, Prosecco sounds lovely. Prosecco? Yes. Thank you.
She did.
As much sugar on that rim as possible.
Cheers to our beautiful first Miss Photogenic, Kimberly, and to our beautiful Miss Congeniality of 2012. Beautiful eye. And to beautiful Nocturne.
and beautiful Lana.
And
beautiful
gorgeous.
Lana.
Oh,
Loving you.
all right. One who's always kind of
Drink to you.
trying. I don't know.
That's always the goal, right? It's like my license plate. My license plate
Does it say
says
trying hard? What, darling?
And I know it's your baby, but I want it to remain with the same feeling and sisterhood and camaraderie as the original Miss Vamp.
The original.
The first, you know, because that's what we had. It wasn't catty.
No.
It wasn't.
Right.
It was everybody pulled together. We cheered for each other. We helped each other get ready.
Right.
If anybody were to stumble, we already had it. We had like a circle, like a little powwow.
Where
before.
were you getting ready though? In
that
that tiny little
cube. Yeah. I mean, literally, we had hands up like this, and then like,
Oh,
I just want the love.
What?
I don't want that
is
to
the
be
love gone?
lost.
No, the love is still.
It's still there, right?
I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know. We should.
No, we have the love.
No, we should do a gasoline thing, like a pit stop and check if love is still there.
I can do that.
Is
Go to the bonfire. Go back to the bonfire.
no,
I know that too.
yeah. So that's the key, ladies, and I'm glad that you're in backstage and that eye is because sometimes it does get cat scratch fever.
Yes.
Because a pageant is a pageant. And,
Right.
you know, one thing about competition, a lot of people, you know, take 2 steps back and they say, oh, that's not a good thing. But you know what? Competition is a good thing.
Yes.
Okay?
No.
Because it makes you work on yourself. It makes you a better person. It makes you want to do better.
Right.
The thing is, it's keeping the attitude and the negativity out of the motivation to compete.
You hit it on it.
Isn't
Yeah.
that
And the good thing is that they're all together.
Right.
They're friends.
Right.
You know, they're all connecting.
Right. However,
And I think that's what brings us all together, right? To participate in something like this.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Because we kind of have that common.
Yeah.
I mean, about Miss Vamp, what did you get? What is
They were just
that?
like, what is that? You know, I never heard of that. Who runs for that? You know,
Uh-huh.
do you have to be
Yeah,
God?
they all think.
Do you
it's
have to be
vampires.
God? I got
No,
that.
they all think you
Yeah.
have to be vampires.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean like real vampires,
I got that a lot. Do you have to be God?
and you don't.
And you don't.
Sonia, you know Sonia.
Yes.
Did you meet Sonia?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
You know
did.
Sonia, right? Okay. Oh God, she's an amazing woman. She's also positive like you. She has the same kind of energy like them, right? Sonia.
Nice.
Yeah, so I really, you know, for me, as we're going on our 4th year, and I think it's the message and the sisterhood and the bonding and the energy and the passion.
My name is Sue-Ann. I think when we're actually doing the pageant, it feels like just performing, just having fun, like we're all equal, you know. It's no pressure. It's just that, I mean, when you first go out, you're a little nervous and you just have to like focus on your breath, just calm yourself down and just do it, you know what I mean? And I think that experience was very awesome for me, and just cheering each other on, you know what I mean? It's not anything like I'm better than you or you're better than me. It's just like we're all just doing our thing, and it's awesome. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh my gosh.
It's very cold.
Like all the way like across the country.
Yeah, it's extremely cold, and I mean, I love everyone back home. I love I love everything about it except the weather, and it's just that Hawaii has, it's so nice, it's beautiful, there's always something to do, beautiful, wonderful people. When I was a child, I was taken off my mom at 8 years old. She has a severe mental illness, and so I was in foster care for 8 years, and because I don't know my father at all, and the court said that my grandma was too old to legally have custody of me, so that was, I mean, just dealing with my mom in and out of the hospital, that was, and her illness, it was, I mean, she still has it. I got an Easter card from her that it was all, she's a paranoid schizophrenic. Like, from the beginning to the end of the Easter card, it was just her hallucinations that she was writing to me about not feeling safe, or like saying, don't come visit me, it's not safe here, change your number and your apartment and address and stuff, stay away from the internet. And I'm like, okay, well, now I'm an adult, I understand what's going on, but when I was a child, it was very hard for me to handle, and I didn't understand it. I reacted in a lot of ways that I guess a child would, an immature child. Like, I didn't know how to handle it. I've matured since then. I know how to, I guess, reduce the impact on myself as well as her. I am a licensed massage therapist. I'm also a student. Before I moved here, I worked for a chiropractor, and so I got to know everyone. Like, all my patients came 3 times a week to see the chiropractor, and they would get a mini 15-minute, 30-minute massage from me beforehand. And just to see not only their progress in their treatment, like actually tell me like they can walk so much better, or they feel so much better in general, and like less pain, don't have to have their pain pills for like a couple days or something. That was awesome. I have a very hard time waking up. I'm not a morning person, so I will blast very loud music until it just gets my blood flowing, you know. And I mean, I might dance around, I might do a little exercise or whatever that helps wake me up too, but I live on coffee, I would say. I don't always have time to do all that, so I mean, I do drink a lot of coffee too. Music, I go see a lot of local bands. My boyfriend is actually in 5 local bands. He can play every instrument. He's the most talented person I know. So it's, and it's awesome too, because I can play piano, keyboard, and a little, learning guitar. I'm not very confident in it yet, but I really want to play the drums, and my boyfriend plays the drums, so hopefully he'll teach me. I know that he can hear me talking, so. I like over 400 bands. I can't.
Off the top of your head.
Suan, this is her 2nd year at Miss Vamp, and I was really touched with her story about her mother. It must be very difficult to have a family member or someone you love who has mental illness. It must be very difficult to not have your mother around and know that she's struggling with mental illness, and there's nothing you can do about it. It must be very difficult for her. And I can kind of see that she had a little sad part about it. And now I see the little darkness with Suan, and I can see that from her. And she was kind of tearing a little bit in her interview. But a lot of people don't realize that mental illness, it's not a disease, and there's always opportunities for people to understand mental illness, and a lot of those is raising awareness.
You're the rock and roll girl, and you're a tough cookie. And this is your 2nd year in Miss Vamp Hawaii as a beauty contestant, and we appreciate your camaraderie, your passion, and your story in regard to being in foster care and having to deal with the fact that your mother does suffer from paranoia, schizophrenia, is a very brave thing for you to admit and to share with the audience, and I salute you for that. And it's nice that you find Honolulu, Hawaii, paradise, and that you've made this your home, and that you love the people here and the beauty that the island has to offer you. And we thank you for your rock and roll and your passion and your love for music. It's incredible how much love you have for music. But I wanted to represent the rock and roll side of you, and I thought that I'd do my best rendition of rock and roll. So thank you, Sue-Ann, for participating in the second year here at Miss Vamp Hawaii 2013, and we look forward to seeing you rock on stage.
I'm Lana.
And I'm Cass. We've been dating for a while now. We originally met at a fashion show
that was hosted by Nocturna. It was a fetish fashion show. It was quite fun. Oh, he's completely oblivious when women chase him. You have to be very, very obvious with him.
Yeah, unfortunately. I think she has a damn good chance of winning this time, yeah.
I think probably my favorite thing about the Miss Vamp pageant has been all of the absolutely wonderful women I've met through it. I have so many friends that I wouldn't have met otherwise. It was actually after the second Miss Vamp pageant that one of the other girls asked me to do her hair and makeup for a photo shoot, and that was the impetus for me to become to start working as a makeup artist here in Hawaii. So I had done other things with makeup previously, but it wasn't something that I was pursuing until that point. Been a little bit of a rough couple of years, the last couple of years. Right after I moved here to Hawaii, my father was diagnosed with lung cancer, and he passed away about 7-8 months after he was diagnosed. And that was really difficult. It was a time, it was a dark time, but it also made me reassess what I was doing with my life. It was shortly after that I decided I wanted to get out there, and I met Nocturna and really started to focus myself on the goals I had when I was younger. Because especially with my father, I like to think about how he would want me to live my life and do that. I know he wouldn't want me to just be moping around, so I try to use that as an impetus for me. So I try to avoid drama. We did have a little situation with the dressing rooms that got worked out. I think especially this year, since at this point I am now the veteran who's been here the longest. Last year there were a couple of other girls who had competed in the very first one as well, but this year I'm the only contestant who's been in every single year. So I kind of see myself as the mother. Kind of, I want to be there. I want to be able to help them out with whatever. If they have questions, I can give them advice and come to me, little ones. No, I like to help other people. I don't. I've done pageants, not just Miss Vamp, but I've done pageants all my life, and probably one of my very best memories was when I was in the Miss Teen Arkansas pageant, and the pageant directors that year paired us up in our hotel rooms, one teen contestant with a Miss contestant, because the Miss Teen pageant was going on at the same time as the Miss Arkansas pageant. And it was so wonderful and helpful to be able to have that older, more experienced girl there, and I just want to be able to be that for other girls as well. Oh, of course. It's my year. Always forward, never straight. And I think I'll go ahead and just stick with that. Always forward, never straight. This pageant is about celebrating womanhood and beauty. The girls in it are incredibly talented. When you get up on when you see them on that stage, the talent that comes off of there is just amazing. It's worth it. It's a wonderful night of entertainment. So come and see the show.
Lana is a very talented woman. I met her in 2008. I think it was one of my events for Camera Obscura. And you know, one thing about Lana, I've seen her change through the years. You know, her looks and attire. You know, she's like everybody else. You elevate.
Lana is the veteran, and we celebrate her 4th year with us, and it's always nice to have somebody who's been participating in the pageant that long to kind of help the fresh blood, the ins and the outs, and to make them feel at home with us. It's very nice that she is amazing. Don't miss next week's episode of Miss Vamp Hawaii, the reality show.